Hello, traders. I'm trying to get my bearings after a 3-day weekend, so let's start with the market. Let's see if we can find some trades heading into the new week. I really like the price action that we had last Thursday to close out the week. You can see here that we have this process, 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. What I like about this is you can see that this dip took a lot less time to resolve, and it was a lot shallower than this dip. See how long it took us to get out of this dip? That tells me that buyers are much more aggressive at that 50-day moving average. You can also see that we've broken out to a new all-time high. That's also very bullish. We have earnings season coming up. One thing that's not priced into the market right now, well, it is a little bit because the futures were open on Friday, is the really good jobs report that we had. Right now, with the Fed not taking its foot off of the accelerator, we are in a sweet spot. What does that mean? That means that we can actually get really solid economic news and we don't have to worry that the Fed is going to start tightening. They've said they are not tightening until 2024. Now, that might change, but still, even if it's a year from now, that is a long time. So I'm bullish on the market. I want to find some really strong stocks. I'm going to run a search and I'm going to be fairly strict about the conditions that I'm looking for. The more check boxes I mark, the higher the probability of success because those stocks will have really, really good characteristics. Now, the downside to that is that you're only going to get a handful of results. So you don't want to be too loose or too restrictive with your searches, but I'm going to put up a wish list here and I'm going to look for all sorts of things. So I've got option liquidity 0 to 15. So excellent option liquidity. I want stocks that are above all the major moving averages, the 50-day, the 100-day, and the 200-day. Let's see here. Let's put it on a bullish trade signal. And let's go strong versus SPY. We'll go daily and we'll go 4-hour. And then let's also look for a stock that's been in a compression but has now broken out through that compression to the bullish side on a D1 basis. Let's see if there's anything else I'd like. Yeah, well, let's go for it. Heavy volume today, heavy volume yesterday. I may not get any results, but let's see what comes up. We did get 2 results. Let's take a look at these 2 stocks. They should be really, really strong. So I don't really need to have this up. I'm just going to, they're AMAT and SUNW. So let's take a look at those 2. I already know AMAT. It's been in a lot of my videos. I just love that one. You can see how the stock has compressed here. Here's the tell on AMAT. AMAT is a semiconductor equipment manufacturer. It is a tech stock. I'm going to overlay the QQQ, click OK. This is what the QQQ has done. Look what the stock did when the QQQ absolutely tanked and it fell below its 100-day moving average. Look what this stock did. It compressed. This is the definition of relative strength. You can see how the QQQ is just now starting to rally. And if you look at the gray line, a little bit hard to do on this chart, but just visually draw that line through. You know I've been referencing it. The QQQ is through that downward sloping trend line, and the QQQ finished above the 100-day moving average last week. We can take a look at that separately. Let's take off that QQQ overlay. I just wanted to demonstrate the relative strength that AMAT has had within tech stocks. Not only has it been strong relative to the market, and we can see that right here. Look at the relative strength. Orange line above 0, strong relative to the S&P 500, strong relative to tech, which tech has been weak relative to the market. This stock has it all. So we've got a really nice horizontal breakout right here. Fantastic. Long green candle closing on its high. Tries to pull back just a little bit, but the halfway point of this long green candle is preserved. That's important. That is also the breakout right there. So very, very good test. Boom. Now we get a gap up. And you can see from the long green candle that most of the gains from that gap up were held. Now we get another gap up. Most of the gains Friday held. That is another very, very strong sign. Buyers are so dang aggressive, they can't wait to buy this stock. On any pullback, you're going to want to buy AMAT. Well, what else could I do? You could do anything you want. You can buy call debit spreads on it for a very short-term trade. You can look to day trade it tomorrow. You could try and sell an out of the money bullish put spread. I would key off of that breakout right there, hover over it. There you can see that the high was 123, so you'd want to go below that 123 strike price on it, like a 122.50. We can take a look at that right now. And you would want to stay as current as you possibly can on that as well. So you're probably going to need to go out a little ways because a 122.50, you're talking 20 points out of the money. There's not going to be a lot of premium in that. So before we do that, let's see how far earnings are out. And we've got earnings on 5/13. So we've got a little bit of time and we have some expirations that we can work with. So let's go to the May 7th expiration. Again, 122 is kind of our magic number. Very wide bid-ask spread, but let's click on the bid of the 122 puts, click on the ask of the 120s because the option bid-ask spreads are so wide, we don't really know where we could get filled on this. Look, it's a negative 176 bid offered at 230 just off of the screen. I know I've got to get 40 cents for a trade like this. So I could try 40 cents. Maybe they fill me, maybe they don't. I feel that my probability of success on this is very high. I feel that that breakout has already been tested under the weakest of conditions, those being a sell-off in tech, and the stock was still able to hold its own. The stock wants to go higher. So if you're looking to play it a little bit safer, you can sell it out of the money bullish put spread far out in time. If you want to be more aggressive with it, you certainly can day trade this one. So I like AMAT. I think it looks great for Monday. SUNW. Let's double click on that one. I do like this. Here you can see, first thing that grabs my attention on the chart is you can see that it has run very, very high. And it's been all the way up to 28.50. That tells me that it's got some upside. Right now it's around the 17.50 level. Here's what I like about the stock is you can see that it is strong relative to the market. The yellow dots indicate a compression. The green dot indicates that the stock has just broken out to the upside from that compression. There's your compression right there. There's your breakout. You can see how most of the gains from Thursday held and the stock closed near its high. We also have a horizontal resistance line right in here. And it was able to close above that. And that also came into play with the 50-day moving average. So it's through horizontal resistance. It's through the 50-day moving average. It's broken out from a compression. It's strong relative to the market. And it has heavy volume. You can see the blue line is above zero, meaning that heavier than normal volume. Well, that also we know is true because of the search that we ran. Well, what would you do with a stock like SUNW? You can see here that it had earnings last week, and the reaction to those earnings was excellent. There you got it again. Gap, hold most of the gains. Gap, hold most of the gains. This is a very strong pattern. Obviously, I'd love to try and buy a little bit of a dip. I don't know that we'll get more. I don't know that we will get much of one on Monday. But these are two stocks that are going to be on my radar, and this is one search that you can use to find them. But you can also relax some of the parameters, and you can unmark some of these restrictions so that you have more candidates, so that you have more charts to flip through. Don't be super, super restrictive in your searches. As you cast a wide net and you get lots of candidates, start adding favorable variables and your list will get to be very manageable, and you know that those stocks have really great characteristics. That's all I've got for you today. Look for the market to move higher this week. I think we're going to have a nice little rally into earnings season. These are two good candidates for you. Thank you. Thank you for watching this YouTube video. I'm Pete Stolzers, and I'm going to keep the trade ideas coming along with lots of education, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and please turn on your notifications so that you never miss another trade. If you like the content, please give it a thumbs up. I've loaded 2 other videos that I think you're really going to enjoy. Stay tuned. We'll see you soon.